Welcome to this YouTube channel. I hope you guys were able to run this application and I hope it worked for you. And just in case it didn't work for you and you're still here, please let us know in the comment section and we'll do well to answer your questions and to debug together. And like I said, remember the theme of this is we learn Python together, right? So what I want to show you today is how to use comments. So I'll just create a new file here. New. Remember how we did this last time to create that single shopper. New Python file. And I'm just going to call this comments. So essentially what are comments in Python? So comments are statements you write, but they do not get executed. Remember this program where if you look at the output, we still have the output here. If you look at the output, you can see this, that something was executed. Now, comments do not execute. They don't get executed. And they are used primarily for just documentation purposes, for highlighting certain things within your program. So say you're writing a program, you're building an application and you want to take note of certain things, maybe where you stopped, some things you did, maybe you were testing part of your program and you just want to stop something somewhere, just comments to help you yourself, right? That is essentially what comments are meant for. So the way to write comments in Python is by using the hash sign. So this symbol, this hash character, once Python sees this hash character, it just assumes that everything in front of it is not something that will be executed. So if I now say something like, like we had, so let me copy this place. And just so you understand the difference, I would do, so before that, let me just put this so that you get what I mean. Now, what this statement does is that it will expect the user to provide an input. And let me just print out the output. The item is, I'm going to use f string. The item is item. So I will run this program now just for you to see that it gets executed without any problem. So come over to the terminal. Let me clear this. And we'll remember how we ran the previous one. Again, Python comments.py. So when you run Python, you look at the file name you want to run. This is comments.py in this case. I hit the enter button. Now you can see that that program, that first line is executed now. What item did the customer buy? That's executed. And it's expecting me to provide an input. So let's say I say shoe. And I hit the enter button. Once I hit the enter button, you can see it says the item is shoe. And as you see here, this also got executed. Now, I'm going to do this. I will turn this to a comment. When I put the hash character at the beginning of that statement, you will not see this output that you see here. You will not see it anymore. And let me just prove that to you. I'm going to clear this place. By the way I'm clearing is by just typing clear. And once you type clear, hit the enter button, it will clear everything you have in the terminal previously. So I just want to show you that the only thing that will happen here is that we will get an input, but we will not get output. So let's see that. If we want to run, remember Python comments.py. Run that. You can see the input got executed, which is the line 1. So when I say what item, I say, okay, shoe. Once I hit the enter button, nothing happens. And that's to tell you that Python sees this hash character and it says, no, okay, this is not to be executed. So line 2 is not to be executed. And in fact, let's take this further. If I put this here as well, do you think anything will be executed? No, nothing will get executed in this entire program. So let's demo that again. I just typed clear. So Python comments.py. And when I run that, you see nothing happens. So it's not even asking me any longer that what item did the customer buy. But I want to draw your attention to certain things that you may see happening. So I'm going to take that hash character away, the comments, and I'll put it up here. So I can say get the name of the item the customer purchased. So as you can see, for me, it's just a name. So if someone else comes back to this program sometime later, the person will be able to know that, oh, okay, so this line 2 of the program is actually just doing the work of getting the name of the item from the item the customer purchased. Oh, okay. And here, so I want to show you another way, because something else can happen. And maybe I'm writing this program, right? But I am very busy for now, and I don't want to complete this program. I can say, okay, I want to run this later. To do. So let's say I have something to do. Get the price of the item and the amount the customer gave. Then maybe there's another to do. Calculate the balance. So as you can see, these are just statements that will make me know that, oh, okay, these are things I have to do next, right? So see, one way is that I'm just showing you different ways you use comments in Python. One way is that you have something that you want to know. And these comments are not necessarily for you per se. It could be for a you in the future. So let's say you wrote this program 10 years, and 10 years ago, you wrote this program. When you go back to it again 10 years after, it should be clear to you what it is that it's doing. And comments are actually very helpful. But I would say that you should be very mindful the way you use them. So one way to use comment is this way. The other way to use comment is you wanting to do something at a later time. And so you decide to just write the comments out here. Another way comments work is this. So I can say that, okay, I want to print this, but I want to just write in front of that this is just for printing. This is just for printing. And once I run this, now there's a difference between this, where this is, because this is after this particular statement. So think of it like this. When Python is reading, it reads from left to right, from top to bottom, from left to right. So the first thing that it sees here is this statement print. And so it does this printing first before it now sees that, oh, okay, oh, this is just a comment. Oh, so there's no problem. Okay. Since comments are not executed, they are not executable. It just, okay, no problem. We are good to go. So it leaves that line and goes to the next line if there's anything there. I hope this is clear. So the other thing that you might also see are situations where so let me now show you one thing that could be confusing. And if I do this, for instance, if I do this, and let's say I do this, now you would think that this particular line 7 will not get executed, but that'll be wrong. Again, what Python is looking for is to see that is this hash character at the beginning of the line. If it is, don't execute it. If it is not, see if it is placed appropriately. So if you look at this print, for instance, the hash character is in between quotes, whether double quote or single quote, any of them will work. But like I said, I'm not explaining what this print is even doing. I'm not even explaining that. But of course, as you must have seen, print just outputs something. And when you use input, you want to get something from the user. So let's try to run this and let's see how that goes. I would go to the terminal again. I'll type clear. I'll hit the enter button. And I'll type python comments.py. I'll hit the enter button again. Don't forget the space in between. So python space comments.py, where comments.py is the name of the file. As you can see, it's waiting for input. So let's say bag again. You can see now that line 7 got executed because it's now printed this hash character and it printed this line. So don't get confused because hash sign is used within this print. It printed it out. In this case, the hash sign is outside this print. And so it sees it as a statement that is not to be executed. And similarly, all this will not be executed. So that is all I would want to show you about the comments, how to use comments in Python. So I think another thing you might also see, because I'm just trying to give you different scenarios, is a case where you have someone who has written something like this, and then the person now writes maybe something like, by the way, I just used the tab, but I'm going to use space. So what I did was just to press space, and I can say this is another comment. It won't run. So that, just forget what you see there. This is just the linting I talked about earlier. If you remember, you can see, and the reason for that is because there's nothing here and I've given space right here. So it's something that we can ignore. So that's all I think I want to cover with you on comments. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if your codes are not working up till now, then please, you need to get up to speed because we are moving now. We are moving. So see you in the next one and have a good time. And thank you for watching. Remember, please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. I can't say that enough. Take care of yourself and have a good time. Bye.